MREC TV.
See, with Steve, who we see is not who he really is. If your wife ain't shit, you gonna fall.
What's your thoughts on the whole Steve Harvey situation? Like, being that it wasn't, right and exact, but people put out a lot of false information about his wife so-called sleeping with the chef and the bodyguard, and then also his Twitter being hacked. He said one of his employees tweeted out a tweet saying "just hilarious" wasn't funny, and he said it wasn't him. What you think about him?
You know what, man? When you come off arrogant and you come off cocky and I think Steve got a good heart. You know what I mean? And I think when he talk, I think he put his brand over everything. You know what I mean? And I think who we see is not who he really is. You know what I mean? But it all goes back to when you get everything, like I told you, God give you a lot, but then your suffering be bigger when you don't get it earnestly. You know what I mean? Meaning Steve got it earnestly, worked real hard, but he forgot to be, like he loved being extravagant. You know what I mean? And he loved to have all the answers. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes with a woman, that's not you get the wrong type of woman because you only are you only are who you love. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't give a fuck how successful you is. If your wife ain't shit, you gonna fall. You know what I mean? Nothing brings you down like picking the wrong bitch. You pick the wrong one, I don't give a fuck who you is or what you is. You know what I'm saying? And see with Steve, he probably can't pick the right woman because being in love with somebody don't mean that you know how to love. You know what I mean? If you know how to love, you gotta learn, you gotta know how to pick the right one to love. You know what I mean? And if you picking women when you got ego involved, see, Steve got a big ego. And you put that money and he get everything, but that all your money and all your ego don't make you a man. You know what I'm saying? You got all these right answers, that don't make you a man. You know what I mean? Because you gotta know how to love. And part of knowing how to love is you gotta surrender that ego. Below you see that ego and that arrogance, it's hard. And that's what happened. You lower these women in with this big ego, but that's not love. And that big ego don't make people happy. Well, my wife, I ain't got no ego. You know what I'm saying? I'm super humble, but I'm a gangster too. Like, hey, don't do no slick shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't finna punk me. You know what I mean? But when you come in, you come in throwing your money, you know what I'm saying? And you come in with, hey, you never know who she really is. You know what I mean? You gotta get a woman at your lowest. You know what I mean? And you gotta starve her out because you gotta know that she's there for you and not for what you got. But Steve don't like to do that. He like to, this is what I want. I'ma get it. And that's where he hurt himself. You don't like to delete your ego and just tell a female, we gonna be together 2 years, but I ain't giving you nothing, I ain't doing nothing, I ain't got nothing. And then when you strip yourself of all your richness and all your success, and you just go deal with her and live with her real normal. Cause I was having money. My wife was sleeping in cars. I had her doing all kind of shit because, I need to know can you go through something with me? You know what I'm saying? And I used to do certain things, you know what I mean? I have bread, but I wouldn't tell her. You know what I mean? Because I don't know who you is. You might think I'm doing good. So I'm like, let me see how can I starve your ass out. You know, let me see who you really is. When I start digging up in your motherfucking wallet. You know what I'm saying? You know. So once she got past that, then I trusted she would enjoy my journey, and then I released. But see, with Steve, he didn't do that. He didn't have the confidence to just give her, you know, the play broke with her. Because he didn't think that's who he really is. So he showered with everything. You know what I mean? But if you give a woman everything, guess what she gonna realize one day? Damn, why should I do everything you say when I could literally take this $2 million I set aside on all the shit you done gave me, I done sold, or I done took this, I done got this out this account. Now she's charging shit up. You know what I mean? She's stacking her money off your kindness. You know what I mean? Now once the money is full, her temptation to go over there and spend it is greater than the temptation to stay with you. You know what I mean? She's like, 12 million over here. I really don't need to fuck with you. I'm out. You know what I mean? Now she can do what she want to do because you never introduced her to you. Because you never introduced yourself to yourself. You can't be extravagant because that's not who you are. You became your brand. But no woman can love a nigga brand that gotta love a man. If you introduce your women to your brand and you expect that to hold up, man, your brand ain't gonna do nothing but put all the money she can get before she get tired of your ass.
Facts. Yo, it was a rumor, and let me know if it's true or not, concerning you, that Cedric, the entertainer, was stealing your jokes.
Rec, and Rip.
Hey man, it's your boy Scruncho, man. Listen, 9306 Hartford, Parkville, October 7th, me, Reggie Carroll, Knockout Kings Comedy. Hey man, listen, man, we coming out there, man. I'm coming to do what I do. You know who I am, 5-time BET All-Star, school dancer Kevin Hart, Bossing Up with Snoop Dogg, Wildin' Out with Nick Cannon, season 1, 2, 17, 18, B. Diddy Bad Boys of Comedy, assistant pimp for the movie How High. Come on, man, I ain't new to this. I'm used to this, man. You want to come see the King of the Underrated? Come October 7th at Sully's Comedy Club, man. I might even do 2 shows. October 7th, man. Me and my boy Cody, really, Reggie Carroll is the knockout king of comedy. I ain't knocked out shit nobody, you know. I'm just going there to, you know what I'm saying? I can. So I see y'all October 7th, man. Get y'all tickets right now, man. Tap in. It's your boy Scruncho. Follow me at the Only Scruncho. And hit me back. I'll hit you back, man. I love all 37 of my fans. I'm gone.
Rec, and Rip.
Rec TV.